Hello, I'm Dakota Hoffman, and I'm with Charlie Hart, and we're from High Tech High. We're gonna do an interview on Barrio Logan. What's your name?
Jose.
Hello, Jose. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. So, how long have you lived in Barrio Logan? You lived in Barrio Logan?
I've lived there 8 years now.
Okay. And have you seen the neighborhood transform at all in any aspects or any ways?
I've noticed that there's a lot of construction site going down by the harbor.
Oh, okay. Does that affect the neighborhood in any way, pollution-wise or industrial?
I'm sure it does. There's a lot of power plants. They have a boatyard. They also have a cement plant there, so I'm sure it affects the environment some way. Reports, and there's been complaints and people protesting about the land being polluted, as well as they used to teepee there and hotbox teepees as a form of religious form, and they banned that because it was a health hazard because of the land being polluted. The Indians, they get teepees and they go in there and they hotbox. They go in teepees and they meditate, and it gets hot. They sweat it out. Its land is actually polluted, so they don't allow it because it's hazardous for your health. Yeah, for those people that live there, because they don't actually live there. They go into the park at Cesar Chavez Park, and they meditate there, but it's no longer allowed.
It seems as though they're making a transformation in order to
Clean it up.
clean up the area.
Do you see anything going on to help clean up Barrio Logan at all? Any people, programs, anything like that you've seen?
I see people protest for them on the companies that work right there on the harbor and have their stuff, like as NASCO, as far as I'm concerned, in the boatyard. They complain about them not being they're not taking precautions to what they release in the air, and how it's contaminated, and people alongside the coast right there are growing with certain diseases.
Right. Okay. Have you seen any of these protests or anything make a difference at all, or is it kind of a work in progress?
I haven't seen change, but we are getting progress.
Nice.
So does it bother you knowing that there is all of this pollution?
Well, it's a cause for concern.
Okay.
Because all I know is what my mom told me.
Right.
She's seen some protesting, walking down the street, and I'm just like, okay.
Cool. So it affects your family. Maybe not you personally and directly, but it affects your family.
It causes attention to my family because us living near, we drive by and see the people protest, and it catches an eye and gives us a concern.
Some of the companies in the shipyard around Barrio Logan have a history of violating codes and regulations for dumping and basically taking care of environmental needs and things like that. How does it make you feel as a resident to hear that?
I guess it makes my rights feel violated, as well as many other citizens, knowing that they aren't aware that the air we breathe every day and we walk down the street is polluted.
I can imagine how that can upset you. There's a zone between all the shipyards and all the polluted companies. There's a space between them and a space between where residents live. And basically, they want to take that away, which would mean direct integration of the shipyards and the residents. So they don't want that. David Alvarez is making sure that it stays there, and he's making sure that there's low-income houses there so that people with low income can stay in houses.
I had no idea that there was an actual debate war going about whether keeping the buffer zone or not, but we would definitely like to keep the buffer zone. We wouldn't like to not know exactly what is in the air and what is being released. I'm glad that it's a concern for the city, and they are making action into hopefully changing the environment in Barrio Logan. I'm glad that the youth is getting involved in it, and I'm glad that the youth is becoming aware and making progress.
Thank you for your time. It was nice to meet you, be able to talk with you, get an insider's perspective of a resident.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.